All right, so I'm not too sure if any of y'all will remember this, but a few episodes ago, I took the crown off of Derrick Henry, as in like a figurative thing of it's no longer his league anymore, and younger and more exciting running backs are starting to pass him up. But after to appreciate the fact that he crossed 9,000 yards this past weekend and we won, I'm giving that crown right back to Derrick Henry because honestly, he deserves it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Titans Rundown. I am your host, Micah McCamey, and we actually won a game. I know I'm just as surprised as you are, honestly, but this will probably be the last game that we win. We'll elaborate on that just a little bit later, but yeah. So it was an ugly win, okay, but that's what you expect whenever you see two pretty bad NFL teams go at it. But dude, man, it's gonna yo like I am kind of optimistic about the future, and I'm not too sure if I like it or not. But anyway, uh, before we get into today's episode, we obviously have to go over like the 2.5, 3 minute section, where I just talk about something that's not related to the Titans, and I talk about college football, which is not going to be a thing, which is not going to be a thing that I can talk about within a few next week because there won't be any college football to watch. I mean, I may talk about like Joe Milton, maybe not bowling or anything, but anyway. Um, so before I say anything that I'm gonna say, so yes, Joe Milton played his best game as a volunteer by far last night. It was against 2-10 Vandy though, so it's not like all the credit in the world, but he did play very solid. I don't know where that Joe Milton was all year, but I I wish we could have seen him just a little bit more. But anyway, so let me know in the comments section if y'all even use that thing. Have y'all started listening to Christmas music yet? Like, it's a few days after Thanksgiving. It's about to be December, that magical time of the year is coming around. And if so, what are you listening to? Well, okay, if you're watching this YouTube channel, I know what you're listening to. You're listening to the Philly specials. At least I hope you are. Because they have really good because that for some reason the Eagles' offensive line just cannot do any wrong. That is an amazing Christmas album. Now, obviously, I've been listening to the Philly specials. I've been listening to a little bit of Pentatonics. Uh, if y'all know Toby Mac, he has a really good Christmas album. Um, what else? I've listened to just a little bit of CeeLo. I don't know what it is. I've never been like huge on Michael Bublé, but it's all good. So, oh yeah, also I forgot to mention this last episode. Yeah, I put the Christmas tree up in my room so that way it can feel a little bit more festive. But I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching the intro. As y'all can tell, I am not touching the intro until it is the week before Thanksgiving. And that will be the only exception to the rule, just so y'all know. Okay? No, sorry, not the week before Thanksgiving. The week before Christmas, or the episode before Christmas. So, yeah. Um, so, oh yeah, also, um, as much as I love, as much uh, as much as I don't like Joe Milton, I don't want him to be in the bowl game, not for any other reason apart from, just not being apart from just wanting to see what Nico can do. Oh yeah, also, before we get into all the Titan stuff, I have two spicy hot takes for you about the NFL draft. Okay, so the first one, I think Joe Milton ends up falling into the first round. Not for any reason of not for any college football reason, okay? We know how he was in college, okay? It's not going to be because of his performances there. 2 words: draft, combine. He is going to absolutely destroy every single thing imaginable. He's going to run a fast 40, he's going to bench, he's probably going to jump really high. I can't assume that though, obviously, but I got to see it before I see him do that. He's gonna like, without pressure on him, he's gonna throw dimes. He's gonna show off that strong arm, and he's gonna look great. And he's gonna have a record-breaking performance. Look at what that did for Anthony Richardson. He ended up becoming a top 5 pick. Now I know that like Anthony Richardson was a first-round pick already before that, but like I'm just telling you, draft scouts are gonna be high on that arm strength and all that potential bundled up into one little ball. All right. My second hot take. Now, this one may be spicier than the last one, which is saying a lot. I think in 5 years from now, it will be a genuine debate of who the best quarterback from this draft class is between Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels is gonna be a beast. I think that he's kept on improving in college, and I know that he's old, so it's obviously gonna help him out. But like he lit it up. Like, my gosh, he looked amazing. Like he was making great throws. He was showing off his leg power. Like, he is man. There's just a lot to like, and he's tall. Like, there's so much to like about Jayden Daniels, and I am really excited to see him play on Sundays, whenever he gets the opportunity, at least. But anyway, so and obviously y'all know Caleb Williams. I believe in the hype. I think that he is going to be really good. Not too sure if he's going to be Mahomes good, like some people are saying, but he's going to be really good. All right, so now that that's over with, golly, I drained a lot of time with that. No, wait. No, that says 6 minutes. Okay. Yeah, no. I thought I drained 8 minutes with that, and I was just like, oh gosh. But anyway, so let's get into the Titans' performance. So, okay, I want to clarify something. I even talked to someone in the comment section about this, as you could probably see from my 2.5K short. 2.5K viewed short. But I may have overreacted to the O-line a little bit. I think it was just relieving to see Will Levis wasn't like incredibly that he wasn't that seeing Andre Dillard not on that O-line and not allow 9 pressures got me a little excited. But yeah, no, the O-line's still not good. The tackles are mediocre and sometimes downright bad. I think the guards are good. I think Brunskill's good. And Peter Skoronski is really coming along, and he's looking like an absolute dog. I don't like Aaron Brewer, honestly. He has moments in run blocking, but is nothing else apart from that. And let me try and think about this. So, yeah, the D line played great, which is something that we were expecting because their O line's really bad. Our D line is very solid. I wouldn't say they're great, but they've been decent. So secondary looked a little bit improved. Hey, I mean, Roger McCreary, man, absolutely locked down Adam Thielen today, and I could not be more proud, honestly, as a Titans fan. But like Christian Fulton, we put you on Jonathan Mingo, and you can't hold him to under 50 yards. Like, come on, man. Like, that's something that some of the amateur defensive secondaries have been able to do. Like, come on, bro. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, moving on. The receiver core played decent, from what I could tell, at least. And okay, y'all really know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to talk about this win being like, okay, good win, whatever, we got to win. But I just want to talk about the draft because this season's down the toilet. We can already tell that. So I'm going to talk about just. I am so excited for this year's draft, honestly. Like, now I know what it feels like, because I wasn't a Titans fan during the really, really bad years. Like, now I get to see what it feels like to have a very high draft. Like, I became a Titans fan after the Miracle Run. That's how new I am to this Titans fan base. Like, like the past few years, apart from last year, which I thought that was just a fluke, honestly, until I realized that it wasn't after watching this team this year. But every every year, most years I've been a Titans fan, we have been very good. And we got the 1 seed in 2021. We have been very, very solid and consistent throughout the last few years. So, uh I kind of like being bad. Like, obviously it's still a horrible feeling knowing that your team is probably going to lose out for the rest of the year and that there won't be another entertaining game this year. But dude, like dude, I'm excited for the draft, genuinely. I would be like, okay, maybe get like a good fringe starter or something like that. But no, this is I am like, dude, think about this. We have a first round pick, and we have 8 total picks. I'm pretty sure that we have 2 second round picks. That could help us if we land those picks. We could turn around this roster with this draft and with a couple of free agent signings. That gets me excited. That gives me hope. Like, dude, okay, I refuse to believe that either Brandon Ayuk or T. Higgins will not be available whenever free agency comes around. One of those guys is going to be on the market. And let me tell you, we are going to offer them the bag. All right? We get one of those guys in free agency. We get a left tackle in the first round. We get a right tackle that could be solid in the second round. And if I remember correctly, we have another second round pick. Get one of the receivers that could be in this really deep receiver class. Because we're obviously not going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, that dream has sailed. But we get then we have 3 very good receivers. We have T. Higgins, we have DeAndre Hopkins, and we have whoever the heck we draft in the draft. All right. Then a third round pick. I think that we should. Then honestly, me personally, whatever. If we have a third round pick after 2 seconds, then I think that we should go for an edge rusher that could, potentially be great in pass rush, because it's obvious that our defensive line needs a pass rusher. I love Big Jeff, but he's not incredibly consistent when it comes to pass rushing. That's just my personal opinion. He had a great game. He had a great pass rushing game this week. I'll say that. But he was dead silent against the Bucks, the Jags, who don't even have this insane, unstoppable offensive line, and he wasn't completely silent against the Steelers. I'll give him that. There was one really bad roughing the passer called on him. But anyway, moving on from that, okay, then I'm not sure what we do with our 4th round pick. Or hear me out, if 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere around there, if Cooper Mays declares for the draft, I think that he would be a really solid center for the Titans. I think that would be a center that we could go into next season thinking, yeah, he could be a consistent starter for us. Aaron Brewer is not a great center. He may be bad, honestly. He's mediocre or bad. And the only reason that he could even be mediocre is because his run blocking is pretty decent. So you know, imagine that, like a receiver core with like Kyle Phillips would be the wide receiver 4. Then we would have wide receiver 1 would be um you know like T Higgins or something, receiver 2 D Hop, and then receiver 3 whoever we could get in the draft. And then we have a revamped offensive line, left tackle, right tackle, and center as rookies that have potential to have high upside. Dude, our offense would be loaded. And oh yeah, uh also we need to sign a defensive back. Like if we ignore that secondary for too much longer, teams are going to start averaging 500 passing yards on us a game. I know that's an over exaggeration, obviously, but like we do need to get another player for the defensive backfield. Like then, I mean, maybe sign an inside linebacker, honestly, because I think that would be good. Like fifth, sixth, seventh, I really don't. Fifth, sixth, seventh, I really don't care about because it's just depth pieces at that point. And you could argue that the fourth round is, unless you get like some center or something. Like the only center that was worth getting in the first round last year, the only center that has been worth getting in the first round over the past like 3 years, I think, was Tyler Linderbaum, who is an absolute beast of nature. So like, unless you're getting a generational center, then yeah, uh, then yeah, most centers are going to drop to like the fourth or something. Jason Kelsey was a sixth round pick. Like, come on now, we can get this offense cooking if we just put the right pieces around Will Levis. Speaking of which, forgot to mention him earlier. Will Levis played solid. He had some, again, like, here's the thing. I know the rest of the season is gonna be summarized in one Luke Combs song called "Beautiful Crazy." Beautiful crazy. Yeah, but the whole season is gonna be defined by that one song lyric. But like the next lyric, he can't help but amaze me, honestly. Like, dude, I'm excited to see what Will Levis will be able to do with the supporting cast. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the future of the Tennessee Titans. I'm not dreading the future like I was whenever we had drafted Malik. Or not right as we drafted Malik. I was excited about that at first, but then I saw him play. Oof. All right, Malik Colt, don't get mad at me in the comments section, please. But you know, um, yeah. So like, all right. Let's preview next week just real quick. Okay, Colts. We should lose. I hope we lose. Honestly, I want to lose out the rest of the season so that we can get a really good draft pick come draft day. So that way, we could go get a great left tackle. That's just my personal opinion, at least. And yeah. Um, I don't need to end it there though. Like, I think that we would have the potential to win this game because we almost beat them with them having to put in their backup QB. And I'm not too sure if people think about it this way, but like whenever your backup QB is in, you are adrenaline filled. You are doing everything that you can to make sure that the team can get back on track. So, without that, I'm pretty worried that we're going to end up winning, but I think we'll lose. I think Gardner Minshew will have a good game for them. Again, Will Levis doesn't need to have any type of flashy stats or anything. Just keep showing me that potential, brother, and I will be completely fine with that. So, with that being said, I have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the same username of the Titans Rundown. And oh yeah, and for the people that are listening over a podcasting app, I am also I have a YouTube channel. Again, also known as the Titans rundown. So yeah, anyway, that's going to do it all for me. This has been a rundown of your terrible Tennessee Titans, but there is a lot of optimism for the future, especially with Tajay Spears, which I didn't mention. But anyway, I love y'all, and tighten up.